Yo, what's going on? It's your boy DJ Spida, and today I'm going to give you guys a couple of gripes about this new Serato Pro as they call it. And also, I'm gonna give you that you guys see what my settings are and my preferences, and I'm gonna give you some tips on what you need on your laptop in order to run it properly with Serato. Alright guys, so this is the new Serato DJ Pro. See in the top, the Serato DJ Pro. You also have a new emblem in the middle. And Serato decided to give us or throw us a bone, man. They actually let you mix offline. You don't have to have your controller connected. It's great for if you're like traveling, you're on a plane, you want to go through your mixes or go through your sets to see if it matches up properly, if it plays properly. You could set your hot cues, everything. Also, with the new Serato Pro, they have a couple of new features. Let's go over to preferences real quick. And under DJ preferences, this is what I have selected. I'll get into what is new and if I think it's even worth using. All right, so this is under DJ preferences. This is what I have selected. Playback cue use playback key use shift. So I have that selected. I also have lock play index selected, enable hot cues, track and warning. Now, if you're a beginning DJ, you want to have all of this stuff that I have selected. Use auto gain. I have that at 98 dB, which is the loudest. You want to have that there. All right. I mean, you could also put it at the recommended 92 dB if you want. I have mine's at the loudest setting. What else I have selected? Instant double. Absolute lifesaver. I've heard way too many horror stories about guys in parties killing it, and all of a sudden one deck goes dead. Now what are you gonna do? If you have instant double selected, now all you have to do is queue up that same song on a deck that's not playing, and you don't have to worry about it. You could just use one deck to play, right? Virtual deck speed, 33%, 33 RPMs at 33%. That's crazy. 33 RPMs. All right. I have, well, you don't really have to have this selected. Play from the first hot cue. You know, I have that selected. You don't have to have it selected. One of the most worthless things in Serato by far, which they need to work on, is this right here. Recording. Oh my God, it has the worst recording ever. I have used this before. I will never use it ever again in Serato until they fix this mess. It is absolute flat. There's no bass. You record your freaking audios and you listen back to it and it has no bass. Then I have to take my audio recording, put it into Audacity and fix the bass. And I don't want to do all of that. There's a reason why you pay money for something like this. If you're paying your money for Serato and they can't get their recordings right and every other freaking recording software out there has it right, i.e. Virtual DJ, the father of all DJ software, got it right the first time, why can't Serato get it right? I don't understand. It's so ridiculous that their recording is just so stupid and makes you waste, you could waste tons and tons of time recording your audio. And that happened to me the first time. I was like, oh, I could record now. I started recording, all came out like trash. That's my opinion. I think it's a waste of time. They should either take it out or fix it, period. All right. Audio is at 5 milliseconds. Do you need to go any higher or lower than that? Not really. Doesn't really matter. If you're using a DDJ-RZX like I am, this functionality goes away and you do it from within the controller itself. Let's see here. Libraries plus display. All right. So reset playlist tracks on exit. What this does is when you have your playlist and you finish your set, when you close out Serato, it resets all of the music you have played back to white. Whether you have it at blue or gray, it reverts it back to white, so that when you go to your next set and you start playing, or your next party, all of your songs are not blue and you don't know what the hell you just played, because you might end up playing the same song again, you know, depending on your memory of what you have played, right? Custom crate columns. I have mine like that because I play so many different genres of music. I have each one set up differently, right? So if you're a DJ that plays a lot of different genres, and you're not just the EDM DJ, which I don't understand how EDM and DJ comes about, but that's a whole other video. I'll get into that later. That will probably be a topic for next week, including subcrate tracks. I don't use subcrates really. I mean, you could select it, meaning if you have your crates and you have a bunch of subcrates, if you click on the first crate, it will give you all the tracks that's in that crate and every track that's in a subcrate. Some people do their tracks that way. I have a couple are like that also, so that's why I have that selected. Library text size, you can set that to whatever you want. I think it's perfect just where it is for me. Color key display, I also have that selected. That shows you the key settings of all the tracks in your playlist. I really don't use that either. I have no idea why I have it selected. It's just there. I just use it. Make sure laptop looks pretty, I guess. I also have the maximum screen update per second at 30 seconds, which is good that they added this, because some people would have a ton of latency. If you're running a really older laptop, you might want to bring this over to about 40 to 50 seconds. I don't know if you want to put it at a minute. That's kind of long. I mean, 60 seconds is that's kind of long, you know, for latency. So you might want to put it at maybe 40 seconds. If you have an older laptop, maybe you have 2 gigs of memory, because Serato Pro right now is saying, well, for their specs now, you need a minimum of 4 gigs of memory. My rule is for that, if they say you need 4, get 8. Because a lot of times you got to remember, Windows uses around 2.5 to 3 gigs of memory. So that means you only have about 4 gigs of memory in your laptop, and you want to run Serato. It's not, your laptop is you're gonna have stutters, you're gonna have freezes, you're gonna have all kinds of stuff going on with your Serato. All right, and you do not want to do that if you're playing for like a wedding or something like that, because I guarantee you, your heart will skip a beat when your laptop freezes because you don't have enough memory. So my rule of thumb is, and I've been fixing and been around computer and technology for a long time, and if they say you need 4, guaranteed get 8. It will save you a lot of trouble. All right, whatever they say to do, get double what they say. And high resolution screen display, I really don't use it. I don't see a need for it. I guess it's there because people have been asking for it. If you're using a Mac, you probably need it because Mac screens are garbage. Even though they have the quote unquote retina display, which is not really a retina display. I'm not even going to get into all of that madness. All right. Let's go into Serato DJ and why they don't support AMD. Damn. All right, guys. So I'm going to get into my gripe about Serato and why the hell they throwing us a bone with the offline mixing when virtual DJ's been doing this shit for like forever, where you don't even need to have something connected to your software in order to mix offline. And I just think you can call it greed. Yeah, it's greed because they want you to have or buy Serato, and you can't even mix offline, which is no big deal. All right, like I said, virtual DJ has been doing it forever. My second gripe with Serato is that they do not support AMD processors. I have no idea why. I think it's stupid. I had that same issue. You can check my video, I'll link it in the description below, where I had latency issues with the Numark Platinum, Platinum Pro. Also have no idea why Intel is, to me, it seems like Intel has these guys in their back pocket. Um, Intel has been known to try to corner the market when it comes to processors, and everybody that's in the gaming community, or if you know about technology, everybody knows that they jack their prices up and then have ridiculous prices on their processors. That's why your laptops, when you're looking at Intel um, processor based laptops, are so much more expensive than AMD. And I think if Serato really care about the DJ community, they would actually give them that option to have more than one platform to DJ with, and just not expensive Intel and then ridiculously expensive Macs. Which, if you're spending $2,000-3,000 on a Mac just to DJ, I'm sorry, but you're a fool. I would get a freaking Intel laptop if that's my only choice. After if I'm gonna look at a Mac versus an Intel processor, I'm definitely gonna go the Intel processor route. But if you're gonna get a laptop that's an i7 with a solid state hard drive, let's say a 500 gig solid state hard drive, 8 gigs of memory, and an i7 processor, that alone will do everything that a Mac does and more. Okay, unless you're developing Hollywood movies or something like that, you really don't need a Mac to run Serato. To me, it's just a gimmick. Hey, everybody has their own preference. Me personally, I'm not doing it. I wouldn't suggest any new DJ do it. If you're a new DJ, you're just starting out, I would get Intel based laptop, because you can't get AMD, period. Get an Intel based laptop, get it with 8 gigs of memory at minimum. All right, you want a solid state hard drive in there, preferably 500 gigs of hard drive space. That way, if it will hold all of your music, right? And make sure that that i7, well, most i7s can run Serato with no problem. The reason why you want to have 8 gigs of memory is if you're going to be video DJing or playing videos, music videos DJing, you're going to need that bandwidth, that memory space, that 8 gigs of memory, in order to run those videos smoothly to whatever TV you're pushing it to. So let's say you have a 55-inch TV and you only have 4 gigs of memory. To push to a 55-inch TV, you're going to need a minimum of 8 gigs. I don't care what nobody tell you, because you're not going to have enough bandwidth, video bandwidth, in order to push that. Yes, you're going to have a decent graphics card in that i7 laptop, but you're still going to need that memory in order to push that video out at a steady stream, so that it won't be stuttering. And I've been to parties and see guys, they're DJing and the video and the music is off. Like, if you're gonna, and they're playing with Macs, mind you, right? So that means that they don't have enough memory in that computer in order to run that properly. So I would suggest getting 8 gigs of memory, get an i7 processor. You can maybe get away with an i5, but if you're gonna use an i5, just make sure it's a 2.4 gigahertz i5. i7, you could go up to 4 gigahertz processor. For all you new DJs out there, I wouldn't suggest jumping straight into video DJing. I would suggest that you guys start with the music first. Get used to that. Get an i5. It's much more easier on your pocket, and it will help you more in the long run. Then you can build your money up, and if you want to get more into the video DJing, then you can do that also. And that's it basically, man. For everybody out there that's a new DJ, old DJ, everybody can get some information. And if you're new around here and you've never seen this channel before, I will have weekly videos coming out from now on. I've been very busy, that's why I haven't been posting as much. And don't forget to hit that bell so you will know when I upload a new video. Sometimes YouTube will tell you about it, sometimes they won't. I have no idea. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.